Over the weekend, I paid Alex Hormozi $23,998 for 3 lessons to help us get from where we're at currently, with our goal being a little over 12 million per year. The big 3 lessons that I want to share with you guys are some things that I kind of already learned in the past, but had to relearn. And we actually got the opportunity to call into Alex and Layla's hotline, where they were able to kind of dissect and break down our business and ultimately give us some more insights. So I'm going to start with lesson number 1 here. The lesson that's actually changed my life already. This is the same lesson that I literally made a YouTube video about just a few months ago, that took us from 100K a month up to over 400K a month. And that's just serving better customers. And so one of the questions that Alex and Layla were saying is what is it that you guys are doing? What kind of consistency are you seeing? What are results looking like? What is it? Ended up asking all these discovery questions to see what was really going on in the business. And he was like, dude, you should do an 80-20 analysis, right? Who are the 20% of customers that are making up 80% of the revenue, and how can you just sell more to them? Just raise your standard of customer. And it was so funny when he said that, because this is literally the biggest thing that changed our business last time when we decided to make this change. And this has worked the last 2 times that we've made these changes, literally in the last just few months, that have actually worked out for us. So I thought that one was a huge takeaway. So what we did, our action step out of that, and I'll jump to number 2, is basically we went through and analyzed our top paying customers, what they did, what they've done, what they're doing, how they've been with us. And essentially we broke everything down to see what commonalities were had there. And so we basically made the shift as of recent to be raising our prices, which leads me to number 2, which is raising your prices. We were kind of priced in a position where we have a premium product that we sell. At the time it was 15K, now it's 20K. And basically our whole goal was serving higher, more sophisticated clientele. And I say more sophisticated, you get what I mean. I'm just talking about people who are more advanced within our field, essentially. So the thing is that we had raised our prices and we were serving them, but we still had a downsell that was super accessible to people that were less experienced, didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how to sell, et cetera, et cetera. And so what we realized was we just needed to raise our pricing, right? And start focusing all of our messaging around, getting those types of people, right? And so the funny thing is there's so much fear, I feel when people are making changes in their business, especially raising their prices. I feel it's something that a lot of business owners get attached to, because it's oh my God, I've never done it before. Can I do it? I don't know, right? Is anybody going to buy it? I don't know. And what's funny is literally the day after we raised our price, we already sold one. And it's so crazy because nothing else changed except for the fact that we're raising our price, adding more value to the service. Obviously, we're adding more value to the service, et cetera, et cetera. But nothing else changed in the sense that customers still want what we have. And so that was some of the biggest changes that we made coming out of that. And that was kind of our second action step. The third lesson that I learned here, basically how to front load your upsell. So the biggest problem that we were kind of running into is we're basically waiting 3 months at a time for us to be able to resell someone, right? Re-enroll them. And so essentially the biggest problem here is that our lifetime value is not where we need it to be for us to scale. And so it was funny in the call, Alex actually and Layla, they actually broke down a formula to help us come up with how we're going to hit $1 million a month in our company based off of lifetime value and how many sales we're making per month. And so basically once we got some clarity there, the biggest thing that we realized is also that we need to be selling more on the back end to increase the lifetime value. But instead of waiting 90 days to do it, we actually need to start doing it way, way earlier. And so he mentioned even doing, anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks in, offering an upsell. And, there's a lot of really good stuff there. And so the biggest things that we're doing, action steps coming out of this is creating a little graph, a little chart of our customer journey, to see start to finish what people are actually going to do, and then break down how we can help them to hit their goals, and ultimately how we can go through and find opportunities after they've gotten wins to help them re-enroll for a longer term and give them a great deal to do so that we can get more cash up front, increase LTV, and ultimately grow this business past $1 million a month. And so if you're in a business, you're running an online business, you're selling high ticket, you're getting stuck, like my biggest pieces of advice is following just those 3 steps right there and analyzing your own business. Who's your 80/20? How much could you raise your price to? How many more upsells could you get in your business? This is something that I learned over the weekend that was super, super helpful. Cost me 24 grand to go off and learn that information. So hopefully this is helpful for you. If you like content like this, drop a comment down below, throw a like out, subscribe, and let me know what questions you have so I can film more videos for you guys. My goal is to basically just, film these videos, document the whole journey of what it's like to build an 8-figure company and eventually a 9-figure company. It's one of the most valuable things is having that knowledge at your fingertips.